Hello everyone, and welcome back to the D20 Field Work campaign, and welcome back to the madness that is a level 1 set of characters who sell kidneys and
kill people.
So, what the hell?
By accident! By accident!
Yes, I accidentally sold my kidney. I'm glad we clarified
No,
that.
I accidentally killed 2 people. He sold his kidney on purpose.
I mean, just because you accidentally did it doesn't mean it doesn't excuse you from doing it.
It
True.
does, though. It's manslaughter at best.
I love how this argument comes up so often. Basically, this has become Dogla. This has become this campaign version of Dogla.
Yup.
Oh dear. Okay, so you guys were dropped off 3 streets away from a Drazni, or not dropped off, you were left 3 streets away from a Drazni police station in a residential area in the Drazni zone at approximately 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 p.m. This being the sort of essentially the equivalent of your Saturday, because you've got tomorrow off as well. And you have been told by Brillen, who is a lawyer working for the Balar, to basically stop being stupid and go and find out what the hell is going on, because Obzalife is still paying huge amounts of money to Drazni. And
Are we given back our weapons by any chance?
you were given back your personal belongings, apart from your space cocaine, Bomber.
They found my space cocaine. Damn it. I have to buy more.
But technically they weren't weapons. Technically they're classified as items. They weren't like pistols or anything. They weren't items that require a license. So you've got back your personal belongings, including your recording device, Nets.
Yay!
I'm gonna find the closest train and get back to my local slum,
Area?
my house area.
Okay,
Mhm.
so Bomber's headed back to his residential area.
Okay, I want to head back to the Balar office.
Nets is headed back to the Blar office. Snarbly Wolf.
All right. So first off, I'm gonna go straight over to the. Hold on. Sorry about that. I saw something that I wasn't expecting. But anyway, so I go straight to the market, and I'm going to. I've told Droid and Toad during the break, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a stuffed rabbit and name it Jericho.
I knew it.
Okay.
Some shelter before the storm. Since
I'll wait for him
because we're accidentally going to start a war between the Balar and the Drowsy that's going to result in bloodshed.
I'm gonna wait for Snarbly Wolf because he's been the only one that's been not an absolute dipshit, including myself.
So Snarbly Wolf heads off to the market and buys himself a stuffed rabbit.
That looks like Jericho.
That looks like Jericho and is now called Jericho. So Snarbly Wolf has now purchased a Jericho.
Jericho Redux.
No,
so this introduces an interesting thing because during the mini arc, which I gave you each a positive and negative result from, the negative result that Snarbly Wolf experienced was a -2 in the presence of stuffed animals.
Wait, he's just gonna distract himself all the time when he's carrying around his stuffed rabbit?
Well, do you think I'm gonna carry it around me all the time?
Well, you carry your axe and your mask around all the time.
So wait. So the negative he got was a -2 when he was around stuffed rabbits, because in the mini campaign, his stuffed rabbit Jericho got ripped apart and shot repeatedly by Bomber, and that was traumatic to him, and it's related to memories. What I am going to do, because this is going to be an interesting little thing for Vagabond as a player to decide upon and Snarbly Wolf as a character to decide upon. Having Jericho, the bunny, reminds Snarbly Wolf of Jericho being ripped apart and shot, which is distracting and stressful for Snarbly Wolf. However, having Jericho, the stuffed bunny, is also soothing. So it's an odd dichotomy going on. So this is what I will do. Snarbly Wolf, or Vagabond, if you carry Jericho with you for the next 3 combat encounters, I will allow you to reduce the penalty to -1. If you carry it for another 3 combat encounters, I will allow you to reduce the penalty to -0, so the penalty will disappear.
If
But
I do it for another 3 combat encounters, do I do I make it to +1?
no, but if you do continue to carry the bunny around with you, and it continues to be an element of your roleplay, the fact that you have Jericho the stuffed rabbit with you, then at the start of the next campaign arc, I will allow you to get a +2 to stress-based will saves as long as you have Jericho with you. So anything that
So
would
it's like
stress
a
you out will cause
comfort
you to do a will
blanket?
save. Basically,
Yes.
Safety blanket, ho!
safety bunny. So
Okay.
you have the choice of leaving Jericho somewhere during combat and things and not taking the penalty, but you can take the penalty and slowly that penalty will reduce and you'll have Jericho the bunny and it will eventually possibly turn into something positive.
You know, I'm gonna
So-
bring it for the first encounter, see what happens. We'll
Okay.
go from there.
So Net is headed off to the Balar, and Bomber is headed home with Snarbly Wolf, I presume. So, Nets, what are you going to do at the Balar?
I'm gonna see if Enheg is available for a very brief meeting.
Anheg is most certainly not available.
He's just like does not want to deal with us.
Clearly.
I'd like to see if I can set an appointment for the next day.
The receptionist gives you a kind of pitying look, but says she will leave a note for Anheg to get when he is back, and he may deign to see you tomorrow.
Well, right now, because I do not have a reliable communication device for you to get a hold of me on, I'll just check back tomorrow.
The receptionist gives you a nice warm smile and says, "Okie dokie,
And I continue on my way.
okie dokie."
Oh, damn. What do I do now?
So, it's now approximately 8 p.m. Snarbly Wolf and Bomber are back in the Bilar residential district, and Nets is back at the train station near the Bilar headquarters.
I've lived in the area for a long time. Are there any local drug dealers around that I can find?
You could contact some local drug dealers, yes.
I will contact one.
Are you trying to replace your space cocaine?
I'm going to contact a drug dealer.
Okay.
So I can't remember what the last drug that we had used on us was. Was that?
Space rupees!
Yeah, it's pretty much. I'm gonna ask him if he knows. Is there anywhere that one could get space rupees?
By the way,
Or
the reason
whatever you
you
want
can't
to call it.
the reason you can't remember its name is because I couldn't pronounce.
Okay.
Basically, I looked up the chemical name of hypnol, and then spliced it with another chemical name. So yeah, I failed
Okay.
4 times to pronounce it. So from then on, we just called it.
Okay. Okay, that's right. That's right. All right, space rupees. Does he have any? Does he know where I can get space rupees?
He can try and find out for you. He doesn't personally know where you can get. It's something like trictectopane. He doesn't know exactly where you'd be able to get some himself, but he can see if anyone knows.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll find out. I want him to find out what he can.
Roll a d20.
Son of a bitch.
So
Was it
basically,
diplomacy or?
no, it was a what's called a requisition check. So basically,
Okay.
you were using your reputation with an organization to try and get hold of some information or some physical object. In this case, tryptophan. And the DC for that, because it's actually quite an expensive, basically, essentially, it's a medical research chemical that's similar to a hypnol. The DC for that would have been 15, and you have a +2 with the local drug cartels. So unfortunately, you can't get hold of any of that, alas.
Alrighty, damn. Okay, I'll pick up the customary 5 grams. And head on back.
Space cocaine.
Okay, yes.
Space cocaine. Which is strangely enough how people sound after they take space cocaine.
It's been slightly laced with Oh, as soon as I went to say it, the name popped in my head. Damn it. Helium.
Powdered helium.
Yes.
Tasty.
Interesting.
No, it's tasty.
It's tasty. Okay, so it is now approximately 8 p.m. Or 8:30 p.m. now that Bomber's gone through his little drug dealing deedly doodly. I know my brain's being melted by this campaign.
It's fine.
It's strange.
Again?
Dude, I just spent 2 hours role playing a bloody police station, for fuck's sake.
He wasn't even expecting it.
Oh god. This is why there's a reason why DMs who are bad at DMing end up railroading characters and basically saying to people, well, this happens next, and forcing people down certain routes by just sort of continually telling them, like, this is what happens next. Because otherwise shit like this happens. I personally like to have basically a living world, and I like the world to react to what the players are doing, like you being noisy in the woman's apartment, ending up with the police turning up. So it's dark, and it's moderately cold, and it's 8:30 p.m. What would you guys like to do?
I just want to go back to my shack.
Love shack.
Yeah.
Love shack.
And hopefully no love tonight. I hope.
I don't know. Snarbly Wolf in the shower. Yeah.
Suck a dick.
That's
That's all I got.
That's kind of like what I was expecting you to say.
God damn it. It's such a whore.
Okay, so Bomber heads home. Snarbly Wolf, you joining Bomber going home?
Yep, I am joining Bomber.
And Nets, you were
I'm
taking the train.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm gonna go back to their place, or like what I'm gonna do, because I'm trying to remember of whether I went back to his place and just like cleaned up last time I was there and then went back to Amanda's, or whether I actually took my stuff over to Amanda's. Can't
I
remember.
don't think you took anything with you to Amanda's. I don't think you actually took like clothing and things to Amanda's.
Okay. All my stuff is still back at his shack.
As far as I'm aware.
We'll just go with that then, because that sounds right.
Because as far as I'm aware, like, you ended up going back into work the day after you had the night out with Amanda,
Mhm.
wearing the same clothes you wore the day before.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I'm gonna head over to Atmosphere. Or no,
Okay.
not Atmosphere, Amnesia.
Amnesia. So you're going to head over to Amnesia, the club, and get pissed, I presume.
Oh yeah.
All right. While he's wasting his time, I'm going to continue teaching Snarly Wolf the actual alphabet, and I'm going to write it out. I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to write him a book. A small little flip book of like 5 pages.
Roll an intelligence check, Bomber.
Okay.
Please, please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please. Aw.
Okay, that's high enough. Bomber, as he starts to think about, like writing a specific book so that Snarbly Wolf can learn to read, like basically, Bomber is thinking about creating a book for Snarbly Wolf, which is what 50-Foot has given me as a kind of idea of what he wanted to do. So Bomber is thinking about creating a book to teach Snarbly Wolf the alphabet and to read, and he suddenly gets this flash of inspiration of like, schools exist and children have to learn to read, so there must be books to teach people to read. So if I go on the information network and like I might be able to get a book to teach someone to read.
Fine, I'll do that. You've already started. The actual alphabet, now without a cocaine-fueled retard's ramblings.
I love how he's actually written out the alphabet. Like, it's, just out of character. 50. You do realize Vagabond can read.
Yup.
Beats. Oh, sorry.
Oh wow.
I don't care.
Okay.
It was worth every second.
Okay. So Vagabond and Snarby Wolf and Bomber are enjoying their sort of teach me to read session, and Nets is getting blind drunk in amnesia.
No, I head over to Amnesia, ask if anybody's seen Amanda, because this is the place that she did take me after all.
I fat cat.
And then, yeah, we'll go from there.
Should I let you remember? Should I let you remember? Do you remember?
Do he remember? Does he remember what?
Yeah, that's
The
what
time.
like. I asked her if she liked the Chocrola. I said we should go to a place. She brought me here. 50 murdered people.
So there's a reasonable chance your character would remember. So I tell you what, roll a percentile, and if you get 40 or below, I'll let your character remember.
Okay, what's the percentile again?
That's one of these and one of these. 40 or below.
40 or below.
That is
14. Or
4
4 and a 10. What am I doing?
actually, it's a 4 and a 0.
Oh.
So 4%. So that is most certainly below 40. So, as you're kind of walking around asking people if they know where Amanda is, which bear in mind this is a nightclub, most people look at you like you're crazy and like, who the fuck's Amanda? You remember that the night of the Shock Roll tournament, this place was packed to capacity and there was a massive queue outside. And there was no way you guys were going to get in, except for the fact that Amanda went and talked to one of the doormen and
Right.
referred to him as Uncle. So apparently, one of the doormen is her uncle.
Or she just calls a man Uncle. A
Possibly.
man named Uncle. Okay, I'm gonna do a spot for Uncle. Really?
What is it?
2.
A
Yes.
4 with my spot modifier.
So you remember that Uncle is one of the bouncers, and so it's not particularly difficult to spot a bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
So although you don't know which one is Uncle, there are 2 bouncers standing outside the front door.
Damn it, how does Nets, when he's pissed off, frustrated, and concerned about a relationship that he cares about, go up to a bouncer and address them? Oh.
I mean, he's a smart mouth. He probably would have come up with it by now.
How would Cal ask?
Okay. Are they both together? Or
They're standing either
either
side
of a door? Okay. How wide is the door?
It's a standard double entrance to a club.
So that's 6 feet? 8 feet?
8 feet roughly, I'd say. Roughly 8 feet.
So my arm span wouldn't go... Are they, like, standing just inside to kind of block it so people aren't coming in? Or are they standing, like, off to the sides of the door?
Do you want to touch them both at once?
Yes.
I will allow you to
God
touch
damn
them both at once.
God damn it! You when you DMS that, it's gonna be something stupid happening next.
Okay. So, being Nets, and trying to play them to the best of my ability right now, I walk through the door, and with no prior notice or announcement, just drop my hands on either of the, or on both the guards' shoulder, or both the bouncers' shoulders.
Hmm.
And then look from side to side at them, trying to remember which one was Uncle, but apparently failing, and saying, "I'm trying to find your cute niece Amanda."
Oh,
Because I'm
God
Nets.
damn it.
Well, come on. From Nets, from this character that I've been playing so far, do you expect anything more or less?
I expect nothing else but the absolute most what the shit.
Roll a charisma check for me, Nets.
Oh, 1. If you're playing it true to net, it's a 1. Oh my god!
I criticaled my
What?
charisma with the
What?
bouncers.
Oh my
I'm sorry, you
god!
critically. I'm sorry, can I see this critical? Where's it?
He
Dice?
did. He rolled a straight up 20.
Where'd it go?
It's right here on the
Oh,
amnesia thing. I dropped it
my
here.
Oh,
goodness.
oh my goodness. Here, move your hands. I want to screenshot this.
Blaster
This will be
Toads
the only 20
20.
in the entire campaign. Let's call it now. That's the only 20 in the entire campaign.
I think I've had one before, but it was for something equally as stupid.
Okay, so for some odd reason, like Nets manages to actually pull charm out of his ass from somewhere. Not quite sure where his charming personality came from because he didn't fucking have it 5 seconds ago, but okay.
Well, maybe, like, Uncle Dude is like, yeah, he came in with her, and, like, now he's looking like sad-eyed puppy dog. Looking for my niece, like... I don't know if that's better or worse. Never mind.
So the bouncer on the right turns to look at Nets and he goes, "So you lost her already then?"
Yeah, I don't know what's happened yet. And that's what I need to deduce.
Why are you looking for her?
To find out what's going on with us at this point.
Us who?
I just look at him like, do you need me to spell this out? Like, I'm a man in pain here. Give me a break. Don't make me say it. Is the look in my eyes. What?
Sorry, I'm just completely just. Nets is a wonderfully deranged character.
Well, he puts on this, like, super pompous self-important exterior, but then he's, like, super softy.
Okay, so the bouncer gentleman basically kind of looks you up and down, and he tells you to go and sit at one of the booths in Amnesia, and he'll come and talk to you in a bit. So
Okay. I go and order one of my pretty fun pink drinks and sit at the booth.
okay, so probably about 20 minutes passes before the bouncer guy turns up, and he sits down across from you, and he says, "So genuinely, you're just trying to go to bed with Amanda?"
No. I'm not
So-
just trying to go to bed with Amanda.
So
I'm trying to find out my
what-
relationship with Amanda. The physical is only a part of the relationship, which I'm trying to figure out whether or not I still currently have.
The bouncer just kind of looks at you with this kind of slightly confused expression. He's got an expression on his face like you're saying stuff that doesn't make any logical sense.
Okay, so as the bouncer's looking at me like, what? I'm like, I'll lean across like, as a man, I want in your niece's pants. But I also want more from her emotionally in a relationship.
The bouncer looks at you, and he just he you can see that in his head he's trying to reassess like something some degree of thought he had about you before, some idea he had about perhaps the kind of person you were, maybe, or something like that. He's trying to reassess that because obviously you're not following through with what his expectations of you are.
Yeah.
So
Because everybody this whole campaign is just like, yeah, he's trying to get in that bed. And they're like, no. I've not once jumped at one of the opportunities I've had for that, so.
yeah,
Oh.
there's been plenty of opportunities for that.
But no one else knows that.
Fair enough. And I have been...
All we see is what you're portraying, and we see a pompous absolute shitwit. But you're not. I
So,
hope.
I hope.
Sorry.
Nice. The I hope made that. Yeah, that was good. So he kind of looks at you for a bit and he says, "Right, this right.
Did I pull another unexpected thing on you, droid?
Well, no, you didn't pull an unexpected thing on me. You pulled an unexpected thing on Uncle. Would you
Okay.
like me to go? Would you like me to go out of character, or sort of like meta character again, stuff your characters wouldn't know, and kind of explain what's going on?
Well, I've pretty much guessing that he figures I'm just another one along the lines that she's brought to the bar and has been discarded the way
No,
he first
no,
mentioned it. No? I'm
no,
wrong on that one?
That's in no way what he's thinking.
Okay.
Do you want the out of character meta thing?
Is it of any benefit to our viewers?
Probably.
Okay, then let's do it.
Okay, so Uncle is Sandra Karen's Saltec handler.
Oh!
He thinks you're a Balar operative.
That's what he thinks now, or is that what he thought already and now he's confused?
That's what he thought when you first sort of tapped on his shoulder and said you were looking for Amanda, because he knew Balar operatives had turned up at Amanda's house. She'd determined the situation to be dangerous and fled. And now a person who he's been informed by Amanda works for Balar, because Amanda knows you work for Balar, has turned up asking about Amanda. He thinks you're a fucking Balar operative there to talk to him about setting up a meeting with Amanda, and now you're sitting there essentially crying and telling him you love Amanda and what in her pants. Like, okay. Like, he's basically
this poor bouncer.
He's basically thinking either this guy is a really, really, really good actor, or this guy's dumb as shit. It's like, what the fuck? Because he was fully expecting like you to come and to want a meeting with Amanda, and he would set up like a communications drop so that basically he was expecting a discussion about like you two, because they knew that Balar was looking into the.
So they're like, can
interactions.
Celtech and Balar work together, and you're gonna set up a meeting? But now it's like, no, this dude's just a dumbass.
It's like, so this poor man sitting there like, okay, I'm not really sure how to handle this, because like he appears to actually genuinely want to date the spy. Oh wow. So I hope our viewers enjoyed that little insight into what's going through Uncle's mind.
That's hilarious. Oh man.
You can understand now why Uncle's kind of like not sure what to say. It's like, so Uncle sits there for a second. He's like, okay, so let's see. Say I could contact Amanda.
Okay.
What would you want to say to her?
Oh, I've been trying to think of that all bloody night.
And that works both in character and out of character.
That is the truth of it. Like it be,
Oh.
like it. I don't know what's real here, and just want to know if something's happening or whether it's been a fun passing game.
Okay. So, Uncle kind of looks at you. He's slightly sort of pitying look in his eyes, and he's just like, "Okay, I'll see if I can get in contact with her. How would she get in contact with you if she wanted to?"
I'll be back here tomorrow after work.
Okay.
Because
And
there's
he
gonna be a good chance that, yeah, I'm gonna
Fun
need a few
fact, we have
more of
tomorrow off.
these.
We have tomorrow off.
What? I
Today's our-
thought this
today's
was
our
Sun.
Saturday.
Oh, I thought this was
Today's
our
our
Sunday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Nope, today's our Saturday. You're drinking the night away before you have a day off
Okay.
again.
Well, then yeah, I'll just be back tomorrow night.
Okie dokie. So the bounce gets up and returns to his job and leaves you to drink yourself into
Yeah.
whatever degree of stupor you so choose. So,
And my request for the rest of the night is for the bartender to see how many different shades of pink he can make my drink, so I can try each of them.
That's a great request, though.
Just like make this drink as many different ways as you can, as long as it's some shade of pink.
okay, so I rolled a d20 there to determine how many shades of pink, and I did this for a very specific reason.
Mhm.
To find out how drunk Toad gets.
Mhm.
Yes.
There are 12 different shades of pink that he provides you with. Can you give can you give me a fortitude save, please?
Oh.
That's a
Oh,
lot
and
of
my
shit, I think.
fortitude got a deduction because I lost my kidney.
Yeah, now you're drinking yourself into a stupor.
6, and
You're
my
so
fortitude is. Oh, where did I put that? Reflex, fortitude, +1.
Okay, so you get a 7 in total
Mhm.
because it was a 6 when it was on the board. You get a 7 in total for your fortitude save. Essentially, you get alcohol poisoning
Idiot.
from drinking yourself into a stupor when you only have one functioning kidney.
Glad you guys
So-
are enjoying this.
So,
So,
on how do you, I don't even know what to say. You could have just killed yourself.
But what's
Uh.
life without love?
so
Pretty
it's
damn great.
it's minor alcohol poisoning.
Okay. Jeez.
You'll survive, but you'll feel terrible in the morning
Oh, yeah.
and suffer a few penalties for it in the morning. Basically, for the next day, you're probably going to suffer a negative on all of your attempts to do anything physical, because you're going to feel weak and shaky from
Okay.
being.
Do
alcohol
I
poisoning.
take any non-lethal damage from that, or any damage from that?
No, you
No,
won't take any
just
damage
penalties.
from
Okay.
that. Just penalties.
What's Wolfie Man been up to this whole time?
Well, I just
We're
been
just hanging out at my
following
place.
Bomber, basically.
We're just
Yeah.
hanging out at my place.
So
I picked up a bag of meat on the way home.
tonight, Snarby Wolf and Bomber are sat around a little electric fire, learning to read together. It's
No, I mean
very
I picked up a
romantic
bag
and
of the
sweet.
mystery meat. The mystery
Yeah.
meat. Okay.
And just feeding cubes of mystery meat to each other. It's very romantic.
To ourselves using forks like civilized people. But I mean, okay, if you want to paint it that way, apparently me and that I mean, sure.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
how many trains are there in the area where I'm at right now?
rephrase the question: train stations or trains, physical, actual trains on the maglev?
How many different destinations are there from my current location?
Um,
Like,
single
if
stop destination.
my guy's trying to get back to Bomber's shack, how many
And he's
alternate
pissed off his
yeah,
head.
how many alternate destinations does he has the possibility of getting to?
Okay, roll a percentile.
Because I'm just thinking,
Yep.
like, yeah, I want to go back to Bomber Shack, but my gut Nets is also just gone. So 2 and a 5.
My 20 is missing.
Oh, 2 and a 50.
Hello.
Hello.
Here. Oh,
Okay,
bomber.
sorry. I suffered a. I think my internet dropped for a few seconds there because I got kicked from the server.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
So I've got a 50 and a 2.
okay. So a 50 and a 2. Basically, what I was going to say, but it got cut unfortunately because I got dropped from the server. What I was going to say was that technically, in the slums itself, and you could get to anywhere in the slum, any of the slum stations, any of the slum city stations. It's like the subway in London. There's like 30, 40 different
Yeah.
stations. But you roughly kind of like it's, even if you're drunk, you can usually get on the right platform, if not the right train, because you kind of habitually know where you're going.
Well, I've also
So I was
only been there like twice
Mm.
because I've spent
So
the
I-
majority of the time over at Amanda's.
So I was going to say like 6 different possible, let's say sort of 5 possible destinations, so 20% 20% a pull. So yeah, you've ended up in the wrong place. Most certainly ended up in the wrong place. Because regardless of how you slice it, like there's no way that 53 is in any way compatible with 20%.
Yeah.
So you've ended up in the wrong place. Drunk and feeling sick and probably vomiting several times.
Are there any houses that look somewhat similar to Bombers?
Oh, you've ended up in a general sort of inner slums district, which is the bit that was built by Challenger Corporation before they left the planet. So they all look pretty much identical.
I start trying doors to find my bed.
Okay.
Well, because I'm drunk Nets. What else would I do?
So Nets
that-
ends up in the drunk tank.
Okay.
Thanks for fixing that quickly. I was waiting for that.
So, like, I was tempted to have someone, punch him in the face when he tried to
You
open
should
the
have.
door.
You
But,
should have. You seriously should have. Damn. How many times is he gonna get punched in the face before he learns? Oh my goodness.
so, a quick recap of the night. Basically, you got arrested. You unarrested yourself. Snarby Wolf went and bought a rabbit. Nets went and met up with Amanda's handler, but doesn't know it's Amanda's handler, just thinks it's Amanda's uncle, despite the fact, like, I suppose, like, Nets isn't thinking straight, but okay. And basically professed his love for Amanda, which just, okay, right, fine. And got himself blind drunk. Meanwhile, Snarby Wolf and Bomber have been learning English together. So, basically, I think like we'll call this as kind of for this entire session now, and say that tomorrow morning will be a new day and a new session, which we'll get together again for another week. Before we end the session, though, I have a little I'm trying to figure out how to put the XP into the sessions, but basically, I think I will do a few little XP awards, shall we
Okay.
say. So there's been no combat, but there's been some interesting things. So first off, Vagabond, for that beautiful role play in the police station, the beautiful storytelling you had with the police officer. I'm going to give the group 50 experience each, just straight off, just because that
900?
was just,
Is that what we're at now?
900 total so far. Then across the session, there's been some interesting bits and pieces. We had some nice role play from Bomber and Net in the police station. Not as nice as Vagabonds because that was wonderful.
That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you any experience for the fight between you two because I'm not going to encourage that sort of thing. Bad players, bad. Naughty players, no dice for you. But I am going to give you guys some experience for the role play between you and Anheg and you and the police officers. So another 50 experience each for like, that'll bring you up to 950. I will give you guys a choice now. I can see fit, like for the amount of time we've played and for what's been done, I can see a reason to grant you an additional 50 experience, and this will level you to level 2. Because you'll hit 1,000 and you'll bump up to the first level. Now, I can do that, and you can level up now, or there is a chance that the campaign arc we're in now will end in the next session, and you can leave your level up till basically the end of the campaign arc.
I don't foresee me having anything terrible happen to me. I'm going to take more than 10 hit points in one hit, so I'll just leave it for now. I'm fine with
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah,
you're
let's
okay
just
leaving
do
it?
it next session. If you don't have a nice little thingy to do it with, then
Yeah, no
let's
point
leave
in
it.
free XP. I don't want to. I'm not
Okay.
on XP wolf there, man.
Yep, that's fine. So that's 100 XP for the session together, which is like basically rewarding you XP for role playing and for doing things in an interesting way that I wasn't expecting. And the final thing I'll say for the session is that there's so many things that you could have done differently that
We
would have made the situation turn out completely differently. If only like getting on Amanda's good side, searching Amanda's apartment rather than ransacking it, being quiet rather than having a fight, attempting to break out of the police station. None of you even tried.
I was thinking about
Personally,
it, but
I
didn't
really
wanna-
don't want to try because then there's
Yeah.
that chance of getting caught and getting even more trouble.
Yep. There's all sorts of things that could have been done differently. I mean, you could have just decided, like after leaving Anheg and being impressed upon you how important it was for things to happen and for information to be found, you guys could have just turned around and gone and tried to break into the manufactory, and sort of basically tried to break in and get information that way. So it's interesting the choices your characters have made and the angles your characters have gone. So this has been the end of this particular session of Fieldwake. We'll get together again in a week's time. In the meantime, we're thinking about doing a couple of one-shots. So we will have a look at that as an idea, see if we can't set up something for some one-shots in the future.
Okay, perfect.
Fantastic.
Well, thanks again, Droid, and thank you, Vagabond, for joining us. 50,
No
I
problem,
guess we
no
had
problem.
to deal with you, so...
You douche.
And yeah, we'll see y'all next time.